Tip number 8 from the book 501 Contractor Tips. I'm the author, Greg Vandenberg, trying to promote my book. If you're a contractor or someone who's thinking about being a contractor, this is an excellent book. And like I've said before, if you can just find a couple of things in here to make more money or make your life a little easier, it will be well worth the money you paid for it. Tip number 8. How do I find clients? This is how I started. I started by advertising in the Penny Saver, which was a local newspaper in our area. It had an area where you could advertise as a handyman, plumber, remodeling, room additions, and I just put an ad in there. I started by advertising the Penny Saver, which was mailed out once a week. Try advertising in your local newspaper, bulletin boards at your local hardware store, and put a company sign on your vehicle. Try to keep your advertising costs down. Keep these advertising costs as low as possible when you're first starting out. By looking for inexpensive ways to advertise. Let your family and friends know that you're looking for clients and start networking. Now, think about it. This is probably one of the toughest things for anyone starting out in a business is getting customers. How do you get new customers? How do you get more customers? The sooner you figure this out, the easier it's going to be. I've met contractors who only do business by referral. Someone needs to recommend them. And it's not that they need to. These people have more business than they know what to do with. One time I worked with a painter, and this guy was fantastic, the best painter I ever worked with by far, and one of the few people I would have ever recommended. And because of the quality of his work, he was a superior tradesman. He told me that he usually has between 5 and 10 houses to paint in front of him. He chooses which house to paint and when he's going to paint it. This is how good this guy was. And he wasn't kidding around. The guy that hired him to work on the job I did had to pay him a little more money to motivate him, to make him change his mind on which job to do. So that is one way. And of course, if you do great work for reasonable prices, you will find that it won't be long before you have a steady stream of business. And then again, I have to say, especially if you're in the right business. For example, if you're a plumber and you're doing repairs and cleaning drains, it won't be long before you're doing regular maintenance for the same home. You might be cleaning out the same drain once a month because they don't have the money to do the repairs. And then you'll get the job when they finally do have the money to do the repair because they're already comfortable with you. And then they will recommend you to their friends and so on. But I'm not going to say this is how it works all the time. I did very little work by referral. Most of the work I got was through advertising. And that was because, again, and I hate to say this, it's because I didn't have a book like this. I didn't have somebody telling me that this is a better way to do business than that is. I just went ahead, nobody told me. I read as many books as I possibly could and figured it out on my own, and trust me, it was tough. If you're having a tough time right now with your business, what do you have to lose? Think about it. You don't have anything to lose. This book isn't $5,000, you know. And how many books are there out there that are going to help contractors? And again, that's why I wrote this. I had a tough time. I don't want others to have as tough of a time as I did, especially if something in here can help your business. So back to it. How do I find clients? Advertise. You know, and when I say advertise, you've got to track your advertising. If you're spending $200 a month advertising, and you're only getting, and you're only making $300 extra, this isn't really a big profit, but it's a start. But if you're spending $1,000 a month advertising and only seeing $300 in results, then you've got to find something else. Don't get sucked into someone else's thing. These online referral directories, and I'm not going to name any, they're all over the place now. When they first started, they were fantastic. I was using them and I was having a blast. I had more work than I knew what to do with. But then their prices got a little whacked out, and the way they were doing the business, I didn't appreciate, so I got out of it. It was not cost effective for me to do business this way, and it might not be cost effective for you to do that way. Referrals, newspapers, mailers, maybe your own mailers, direct mail, mailing lists. So what does it hurt to try that? Even these online referral directories, give it a shot. If it works, great, keep doing it. If it doesn't, get rid of it and find something else.